Hello, my name is Bob Rogers, and I have the privilege of serving as the president and CEO of Street Grace. Since our formation in 2008, for the last 13 years, we've had one mission, and that is to eradicate the commercial sexual exploitation of children. While the tactics, the strategies, and the methodologies around that have changed dramatically, the mission has been unwavering. What I'm excited to talk to you about right now is our strategy around using technology as a deterrence mechanism. About 5 years ago, we decided one arrest, one prosecution, and one rescue at a time wasn't enough. We were tired of starting every year with strategies and plans in mind, and we would execute them well, and we would find out at the end of the year it seemed like we were a little further behind the bad actors than we were when we started the year. So we said, how do we use technology to scale up? So we met with law enforcement, local businesses, other not-for-profits, district attorneys, prosecutors, attorney general's offices around the country, and said, we need to launch this artificially intelligent chatbot. Her name is Gracie. Through the collaborative effort of all of these folks that came alongside us in the discovery and the beta testing side, we have now launched Gracie, a learning artificially intelligent chatbot who gets smarter after every conversation that she has. Gracie, in the last 2 years, has been a part of over 325,000 text exchanges, has disrupted over 30,000 transactions of people attempting to purchase sex with children. And even as we're having this conversation right now, Gracie is active in 13 major cities in 8 states, disrupting transactions from people attempting to purchase sex with children. In addition to that, the powerful component, or the 1-2 punch of that, is that Gracie is collecting information on these buyers, setting up every picture that's exchanged, every text that's exchanged, every voicemail that's exchanged is set up in a permanent file associated with that person's phone number, and when possible and when provided, their name. At the end of this conversation, and understand, Gracie can negotiate prices and sex acts and in-call and out-call. Gracie talks fluently as a 14-year-old Black, white, Asian, Latino, or a boy, depending upon the ad that the person is responding to. So at the end of this process, within 4 hours, a text message goes out to the individual that says something along the lines of, hey Bob, I just wanted to let you know this transaction has been set up, recorded in a permanent file associated with your name and number. What you've just done is a felony in all 50 states of the United States of America, is punishable by up to 40 years in prison and $100,000 in fines. It's that moment where the prospective buyer has nothing to do but stare at their phone and say, this just happened and there's nothing I can do about it. And if they cuss and they rant and they rave and they respond back, Gracie goes quiet, and everything else is just collected at that point for the information's sake and for those information that we make available to law enforcement. The second punch in the 1-2 punch on that is within 24 hours, from a one-time text number, a private link for a website with resources for help goes out to these individuals. So not only we're interested in capturing, collecting, and getting information that can be used for prosecution for law enforcement purposes, but we're also interested in providing resources for help. One of the ways that you fight demand is you help people that are on the wrong side of this issue get out of it. And if they've not acted on the issue, if they've not committed a crime, and we can stop that before it occurs, all the better. This one-time link that goes out to them provides a link to a private website that breaks down into all 50 states, in-person, telephone-based, web-based, national resources for help for people who are struggling with inappropriate sexual behavior. Interestingly enough, we started off, and 2 years ago, a little over 15% of the people were clicking through to take the first step to connect with a resource for help. Today, that is up to 32%. So almost 1/3 of the people who are attempting to purchase sex illegally, once provided this resource, are taking, not just clicking through to the website, but they're then taking the second step to connect with a resource for help. We celebrate both of those. We celebrate the disruptions, and we celebrate the folks that are redirected. This is just a small picture of what we're able to do, in large part due to the partnership with Rescue Freedom. You guys and Rescue Freedom are one of the few organizations that has taken us seriously when we say We will take your money because we need that, but we don't just want your money. We want your expertise, we want your experience, we want your collaborative spirit, we want your gifts and talents and abilities that can come alongside of us and help us do what we do better and with greater impact. That wouldn't happen without Rescue Freedom to the scale that it does. Every life that is affected, every person who is prevented from either acting out or being victimized by this, we truly believe that you share a part of that credit for every soul, every life that is changed or saved. And we're grateful for it. We're grateful for the partnership, and we're grateful for the way that you all lead and come alongside of us.